Hey, it's Dorleen, and today I'm working in my junk journal again. I did look for a page that had mostly white pages on a 2-page spread. You do see some splatter there. I don't have any white pages, but what I'm doing is I'm practicing for a paint night that we're going to be doing as a family. Instead of on a canvas, I'm practicing in my junk journal. So I start off with the white circle in the middle, just 100% white paint, and that's supposed to be the moon. And so each layer around it is the layer of light around the moon. I'm not sure. I'm sure it has a specific name. So what I'm doing is I'm dipping my paintbrush mostly white with a little bit of yellow. And then the next layer would be mostly white with a little bit more yellow. Eventually it's, mostly yellow with a little bit of white. And then it's pretty much all yellow. And the second color, or the third color, I should say, white being the first, yellow being the second, third being purple. So now we've got mostly yellow, which is a little bit of purple, which you can see there. And then it just kind of continues on and on until you eventually get all your rings around the moon and you get that. I'm at a loss of words. So if it was the sun, I'd say not radiation, oh my gosh, the radiance from the sun. So I guess it's the same type of thing, but with the moon. And then that last layer being a solid purple, so that it's really just kind of the sky. So you can see me putting down and completing the page with just purple. And I do that for the entire time. And you want to make sure that that original circle, which is the moon, is a little offset, but you still want to see all those layers. So that's why the layers over on the right corner, or the rings, I guess if you want to call it that, are a little bit thinner than on the left-hand side. But because I do need to get that purple in there. So I'm trying to put some more white in there because it just really needs to stand out as white. And now I'm just kind of using some of those same colors and trying to blend it a little bit more. The idea is to, every layer that you put on a new gradient of colors, you want to overlap a little bit so you get a smooth transition. Now I'm using a foam brush, and it wasn't as easy as if I probably used a bigger brush, but because we're doing the paint night, I don't have multiple brushes, so we're going to be using the foam brush. So now what I'm doing is a regular paintbrush, and I'm using black paint, and I'm creating branches in the night, so of course they're black. And I am not a painter by any means, but the idea is to, when you first start, it's okay to put heavier pressure because the branches, of course, are going to be thicker, but as they fade out to the end of it, you want to lift up the pressure of your paintbrush so that the thin's thinner. It's easier said than done, especially when you're someone who's not a painter. But I did have a lot of fun doing this, and I did get to mess around. And, again, I've said this many, many times when I'm working in my junk journal. It is a junk journal, so if I really didn't like it, I could always either cover it up with more paint or paper or something, to that effect. So now what I'm doing is I'm drawing an owl. Now, I've probably said before, too, I am not someone who can draw. So I did go to Pinterest, and I found, I just Google or searched for how to draw an owl. And I did that. Now, please go to my blog, which is www.craftsinthecommandcenter.blogspot.com. And I will let you know the link that I went to for this particular owl and how to draw it. And also list more of exactly what I did, what colors I used, so you have a better idea of what I did, and it's written as well as something that you're watching. So at this point, I'm painting in the owl, and I probably should have used a smaller brush, but I honestly just, maybe I'm just a little too lazy to grab more. Mostly because I'm just, again, I'm not an artist in the sense of, drawing something or painting something that's supposed to look like it does. Most of my artistry is through stamps and things like that, and working them in the way I want. So, but I was really pleased with how this owl turned out. Matter of fact, how the whole spread turned out. It was a lot of fun for sure. So I'm just going through really quickly, painting, waiting for it to dry a little bit, and then I'm finishing up with marker this time. Oh, sorry, I fast forwarded a little too much. So what I did is that's a stylus, and they have balls at the ends. So I painted it, excuse me, I dipped it into the yellow paint and just kind of put little dots here and there just to add some interest. Now I'm taking out the markers, and these are just Tombow water-based markers that I have as a brush marker, and I'm smoothing out those twig or branches and twigs because the brush that I used, there was a lot of streaks and stuff. I also used the marker to put on this title, which is Who Loves You? And I also used brown markers and things to pretty up that owl, if you must say it. But I had a lot of fun doing this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun and really cool on a canvas. And I really hope you like it. I put a date stamp there. But I really do hope you like it. If you do like this video or like this spread, please give me a thumbs up. As always, go to my blog, like I mentioned, and you can see more close-up pictures, more details, where I went to learn how to draw this owl, because it really was a lot more simpler than it would have been if I would have tried to draw it myself. But again, give me a thumbs up, hit subscribe if you're not already subscribing, and enjoy your day. Thanks. Bye.